True. Oh, people, I apologize for the late start, people. I was on a very important phone call. I apologize, people. I apologize, but we are here. We are here. What's going on, broski?
Yeah, all good, all good. Obviously, the Nations League, France beat Germany, but
Mm-hmm.
outside of that, I think transfers are just moving slow now. I think a lot of
Mm,
cat and mouse games being played with these transfers.
yeah, bro. To be honest, the elderly. Yeah, I know, bro. I was on a phone call. I was on a very important phone call. I mean, but I apologize for being late. But yes, respect. I am here. I am here. So yeah, King. Transfers.
Yes.
Speaking of transfers, bro. Like how you said, the transfers has moved slow-ish and all, right?
Yeah.
What do you think is gonna happen? Because everybody, everybody is talking about us getting Gyökeres. Do I see it happening? I don't know. But give me your thoughts on that.
On Jokeris, I think that will happen probably after Club World Cup. I think that's a deal that's going to happen after. Because obviously the teams involved aren't involved in that tournament. So
Hmm.
I think it's going to be one that you'll hear a lot about. I think because this first transfer window closed in a couple days, I think only the teams that are really busy are going to be the teams that actually are playing in the tournament. Outside of that, I think most of the deals will probably drag on a bit. So Jokeris deal isn't probably going to be. We're not going to know where he goes until probably after the tournament, especially because there's multiple places he could go depending on what teams sell, what teams do, etc., etc., and what kind of deals fall through as well.
Yeah. So, bro, I hear that we've been linked to him, bro. Like I said, man, like,
You're definitely a choice up there. I think his first choice is probably Arsenal, but they're looking like they're trying to go for Sesko. I think you'd probably be second choice after him after that because I think
hmm
Liverpool go for Ikatike like us. And Liverpool have to sell Nunes in order for you to buy a striker. For them to buy a striker, I mean.
yeah,
For us, we've got Liam Delap and we go for Ikatike as well. So I don't think your Yokeres is on our radar. Um, yeah, I think it makes most sense that he'll go to you just because you'll offer him the wages and the football that he probably wants and play under a manager that he knows as well.
we'll see, bro. We'll see, bro. Because until I see them in our colors,
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. As I said, it's gonna be after Club World Cup because
mm,
there's only 2 more days before for this transfer window to end, and then there's Club World Cup, and then another transfer window. So for you, I don't think it's a. I think more during the Club World Cup is about positioning yourself to get rid of the players you need to get rid of, and then maneuvering into positions where you can sign players as well.
yeah, bro. Because even with the Embuemo deal, like, I'm not getting too excited about that either. Because he's not in our colors. What about the Club World Cup stuff? Oh, yeah, I forgot. We did that already. Sorry. Like, even in Embuemo deal, right? I'm not getting too excited, bro, because I'm just like, bro, until I see these players in our colors or sign for us, I'm not saying nothing.
Yeah. It's one of them ones where you have to wait for the money to actually go through. Because with United situation, they have the money to sign these players, but depending on how much each deal is, depends on what you need to do next in terms of selling players, in terms of letting guys go. So guys like Garnacho have to go. You have to still sell Sancho. You still have to sell Rashford. You still have to sell other guys as well. So it all just depends on what the next move you are. But as I said, this window's closing in 2 days, so it's gonna stop again, and then we're gonna be talking about Club World Cup, who's gonna win that, and then once it opens up again afterwards, then you're going to see a lot of movement within a couple weeks as teams try and get their team ready for the season.
Yeah, bro. Because I'm like, I tell people this until we get them in our colors. Don't say nothing to me. I'm not really talking about it too much. Like I haven't really mentioned Mbwe more Gokurit yet. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Because there's any reason that a deal can be stopped or delayed, because these, especially when it comes to foreign teams, they ask for a lot of money. Like even the Wirtz deal is still hasn't gone through fully because Leverkusen still keeps asking for more and more money. So you never know.
Exactly.
Um,
Exactly.
you know, and there's not really a rush on it for United as much because I feel like you need to give Amarim a preseason just to see his players fully again, see which ones he can work with, which ones he can't, and decide then what's going forward. Because Jadon Sancho left during the Ten Hag bit. What if he likes Sancho? Maybe you don't need a 10. Maybe you can use Sancho as a 10. Then that changes your policies in terms of how many players you need to sign and sell and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see what players he likes, what players he doesn't. Obviously, he knows he doesn't like Rashford because he let him go. He knows he doesn't like certain others. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that.
But for me, bro, the Jaden Sancho thing was his attitude, bro. His attitude, bro.
No, I don't think
Attitude.
it was actually. I think he had a falling out with Ten Hag because every time you see him in a place which is good, he works hard, he trains. He just didn't. Him and that was a specific between him and Ten Hag. Maybe a loss in translation, maybe a different agendas or whatnot. But maybe he wasn't. Maybe because he wasn't one of those guys that was from the Dutch league or had any Dutch background, so he wasn't favored by Ten Hag. That's probably the reason
Hmm.
he was let go. And he
Yeah,
didn't have
makes sense.
the power of a Rashford being English Manchester United, man, he from day one. So it was easier to get rid of him than a Rashford for Ten Hag.
Which is crazy though. Which is crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah.
To be honest. Uh, that's crazy. But yeah, you know how much players we're being linked to though. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Joe Bellingham. Seriously, he's going to Dortmund.
Yeah. It's a silly deal for me though, because Sunderland not going Premier League, so he could have at least played in the Prem for a season, see if he liked it or not, then gone to Germany. But I'm guessing he's following the blueprint of his brother. Go Dortmund. He probably heard good things from Jude,
Hmm.
so he probably saying that's probably the best place for me to develop. Makes sense in that sense.
I mean, yeah. So well as talks take us with meant to try getting a PSG keeper. As if the PSG keeper want to come. But I don't think that PSG keeper gonna leave like how they just won the Champions League.
He might want a different challenge, but I think a different challenge is probably somewhere that can win. So he's probably want to go to like a Madrid or a Man City if they get rid of Anderson or if Madrid gets rid of Courtois. I don't think he'll go to a United. You don't go from that high and then go down low. That don't make no sense unless you're
True.
crazy.
Yeah, oh, it'd be nice. Okay, yeah, bro. Let me tell you this. If he goes to City, fine, because Edison should have left like last season.
Yeah.
Emmy Martinez, I would like for us to get Emmy Martinez, but is Emmy Martinez gonna come as the exit?
He will. He will. That's the one you can definitely get done because he wants to probably stay in the Premier League. It's around the similar area. He just has to go a little bit north, so he doesn't have to move too much. That would make sense for him.
And this is the thing though. Emmy Martinez gonna want first team football.
Oh, it will start. Onana will have to be moved.
That would be hilarious, bro. Bro, that would be hilarious, bro. Bro,
Plus,
that
you
would
have
be
your
so
countryman
hilarious.
over there as well with Lissandro Martinez. No, yeah, Lissandro Martinez. So you have some people you know over there.
I would say different charge because he has done it all in Italy, France. True, 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 true. But yeah, bro,
Most
like
likely Spain next though, if I'm Donnarumma. I think Madrid are gonna let go of Courtois soon.
Yeah, man. Courtois don't have the edge like I used to.
No,
He doesn't.
he's
The,
he's aging a bit. I think. How old is he
yeah,
now?
I don't even know. The most
33.
33.
33.
The most heartbreaking thing for me is Garnacho. Bro, Garnacho feel like he's bigger than the club, bro. He could go.
Garnacho should go Atletico Madrid. I think that would be a good place for him.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see, but
If Ed, his attitude needs a Simeone, give him a Simeone. Get him back on the right path.
yeah,
That's what he
yeah,
needs.
bro. Well, this is the thing. He gonna do CR7 celebrations. He gonna do Ronaldo celebrations, bro.
Not with ATL, no way. He won't be allowed to do that.
It's funny. That's funny. I hear he's linked to Leverkusen.
Oh yeah, because they got Ten Hag. I don't think that would be good for him. I think that would be
The
I don't
worst.
think that would interest him.
Hmm.
If I'm being honest.
Garnacho needs to go. He isn't doing nothing for us. We can get better players that want to play for the team. Ghana is selfish player and attitude is worse. Facts. Facts.
100.
Right now, the most valuable GK is the 20-year-old Hungarian. Sorry about that, my guy.
That's all good.
Alarm. Hungarian. He is too. He is too you and too good. Okay. Real Madrid trying to sign him to replace. Okay, man, keeper. I didn't know that. Yeah, bro. One thing with Real Madrid, they always get good goalkeepers.
Yeah, they do. They do. Madrid always get good players in general. They may overdo it over the top sometimes when it comes to um
Mm,
the the Galacticos thing, and I think that's what
bl-
happened with this season
bless
is
up,
that
bless up Shane, bless up Shane. Big
oh
up
yeah,
Rasta Socks, smash the likes, people. Bless up Shane,
big up,
bless up Lumen, bless up
yeah,
Shane. So people, if you haven't, go check out Shane Gunner. Please go and check him out. Although he's an Arsenal fan, he speaks facts and he loves football in general. And I'm always in his chat. I'm always in his chat. Sorry, bro. Continue.
no, it's all good, all good.
Hmm.
You have to big up the people always
Hmm.
inside. Um, what were you gonna say? Yeah, Madrid. Yeah, the only thing they do wrong is they sometimes overdo it with the Galactico signing, and I feel like they'll need to get rid of one of their attackers because they have too much. So I think Endrick is gonna be available on loan. I think they're gonna have to sell Rodrigo because they have too many guys that want to play left wing. And they're gonna have to probably move on an Arda Güler eventually if they're not gonna give him the opportunities in midfield, especially also the likes of maybe Schumann, Camavinga, because they got to start trimming down their team. I feel like because once you have too many people, too many cooks in that kitchen, some are
Squad.
gonna get frustrated. Yeah, yeah. You can have
Hmm.
good replacements, but you can't have all great. Like 80, you can have good like 16, 17, but once the 18, 19, 20th player are too good, then it's a bit long.
True. Man should basically print money. They try to overpay this Hungarian keeper. Well, bro, Madrid wants the best, bro. So can you blame them? If we get Emmy and a good striker, we will be in big position, but in a better position than what we was this season. Facts. Yes, Lumen, big up Shane. Big up Shane Gunner for facts. Ask Shane Gunner, do you enjoy? Did do Shane Gunner? Do you enjoy the tennis match? I don't know if he watched tennis. I didn't know Shane watched tennis. Continue, bro. Sorry.
That's all good. Yeah, still a VR cross. It's looking like it's going off. Hopefully, it's a
Mm,
good final. I'll check out the highlights. But yeah, not much else was really happening. Obviously, I'm looking forward to the Club World Cup.
yeah. bro. Hell, bro. I don't know, bro. I'll never say that. That guy. No, I'll never say that about that guy, bro. Hell
Yeah, but we're judging man. No
no.
way.
Brother. Ugh, hell no. Continue, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Just excited for the Club World Cup at the moment. There's not really much else to say. Obviously, for my team, Minion and Kittens look to be on their way, but we'll see if it's gonna happen within the next couple of days or not. Yeah, man, a lot of different reports in regards to those players, but we'll see if those happen. But as I said, it's slowing down because also you have to realize there's internationals happening today. So there's the obviously France v Germany, they won 2-0. So that slows down a couple things, and then obviously later today we've got was it Spain versus Portugal, which will be interesting. So any kind of moves that involve those players will slow down as well. So I don't think there's going
What
to be
time
a lot.
is that match anyway?
8 o'clock.
Your time.
Yeah, 8 p.m. UK time.
So that's like 3 my time.
Yeah.
Mm. It's late, man. My mind not coming. Oh my god. That's funny. That's funny. That is funny, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Man says, yo, that's funny, man. That's funny. That's funny, bro. Yeah, bro. That man is funny, bro. That man is hilarious. Hilarious. But yo, King, seriously though,
Yes.
on a serious note, bro, what do you think of the state of football in general?
Oh, football.
Hmm.
Um, for me, it comes down to multiple factors in terms of the state of football. I think the biggest issue it comes down to different parts. When it comes to the fans, for me, Twitter fans annoy me a lot. It's led to this kind of culture of I would say lying for views, kind of over gassing things for views, over egging things for views. So even when it comes to the aggregators for transfers, they're telling you 100 different stories again and again and again. When I just want to know, have I signed a player or not?
Hmm.
And then after that, it comes down to the players themselves. I think obviously because it's a robotic systems kind of game out right now. So tens aren't really uh as creative as they once were. There's not really many Maverick players. So when you look at Cherky, he's a one in a million rather than where there used to be loads of those type of players. And I think a lot of teams play very similar in terms of either they pass out for the back, they press, there's not much difference, not much variation. Obviously, you get some of the old school managers that do a 4-4-2, hit it long. Arteta, he does the old school style corners, free kicks, and throw-ins, so he does that as well. But outside of that, there's not really much variation in the game, and I think that comes down to it being about it's turning into more of a chess game rather than
Hmm.
used to be like checkers in a sense. It's more tactical rather than it used to just being more about just playing a game and having fun. But that comes down with the better athletes, the better technology, the analysis that scouts do. So when they look at players, they look at the analytics rather than they just go to the pitch and watch them. So you're gonna get a lot more players that are analytically good rather than if you actually watch them, you're gonna say, nah, they're not it.
Which
Case
is
in
a but
example is Bruno
which is
Fernandes.
a bunch of BS, and when it comes to them performing, they're crap. Yo, King, what do you think about that comment right there?
Any chances of Osman to Chelsea? I don't think so. I don't know because obviously he rejected Saudi, but in order for him to come to Chelsea, he would need to reduce his wages or reduce his wage demands. Is he willing to do that? I don't think so. So I don't think we're a club that can afford to get him at this moment of time, just because of the way our wage structures is. And if anything, I don't think he's a player that we're gonna break our wage structure for. Even though I wish my club would, in all honesty, because he's a gunman. He's the type of striker we need. I think he would be the perfect number one, and Liam Dap being a number two would be perfect for us. As I said, I wanted one of the victors, but I don't think that's going to happen just because of wage structure. But and that's, I think, the main thing. I feel like I don't think he rejected them for the money. I don't think he want. I don't think it's a money thing. It can't be.
Mm,
I think there's a lot of negative stories on him, but I just think he wants to stay in Europe. But he needs to him and his agent need to come together and understand that if you want to go to a top team in Europe, you're gonna have to reduce the wage demands, especially if you want to go to the Premier League, because no team is paying big money anymore, unless it's someone that's been at the club for a while and then they pay big money. Because United are trying to reduce their wage structure. Chelsea have done that. Liverpool don't really pay, maybe City, but they have Haaland. Arsenal pay, but they've already put dumb wages into Havertz, into Marino, so they I don't think they're gonna try and put another player on big wages either. So when you look around and you look at your options, you're gonna have to take less, and that might be. It depends on what you want. Do you want money or do you want a career that people will remember?
mm.
Right? And that's the catch 22 you have as a player. Do you want generational wealth or do you want a career? And that's what Osman has to kind of decide on himself, because he's not going to have a career in Turkey. He's not gonna have generational wealth in Turkey. He's gonna have generational wealth in Saudi, or is he gonna make a name for himself in England and go to a club like Chelsea and say, listen, okay, I'll respect the wages.
Bro, spot on. Spot on. Spot on. Besides, look at Kvaratskhelia. I think Kvaratskhelia might have took a pay cut to go to PSG. I think so.
Yeah, a little bit. I think, yeah, to fit their structure as well. But they pay
Hmm.
decent wages, so that's a club you could go to. But would you want to be adding to that, or would you want to go somewhere and make a name for yourself? So Osman needs to decide what he wants out of in this football career. Because let's say he goes to Chelsea and he
Hmm.
and he and he leads us to a Premier League, Champions League. That puts his name in lights. That puts
Hmm.
him in a position where he can say he's amongst the greats of Chelsea African players, the Drogbas, when it comes to Essiens, even the Obi Mikel's, like that puts you in a different stratosphere. And especially in Africa, we have a lot of fans, so
Hmm.
we're big over there. That's why he's a fan of us as well. So does he want to play for his team that you grew up enjoying watching,
I
emulate
feel
Drogba,
I
or does
feel
he want to
more
have money?
I feel most African players do go to Chelsea.
Yeah, we have had a few over the years.
Yeah, and for me, bro, I told you, anytime we played a Drogba played against us, when we played for Chelsea, I was nervous. Money kill
Mm,
talent. Facts. That's do. They do. It does. It does. It does. It does.
yeah.
It 100% does, bro. Money do kill talent, and
And
greed,
agents kill talent.
agents. Yeah, because bro, Bruno's Fernandez agent was over there. I'm like, bro, if it's my agent, I'm like, bro, why are you over there? I said I'm not going. Why are you over there for? That
Yeah,
would be that would be me. That'd be me, but can't speak for can't speak for others. Arian, United should go for Gyökeres and Chelsea should go for Osimhen. Yeah, that would be good. That'd be
yeah, that
good.
would be the perfect world,
Both,
but we don't
both.
live in that.
Yeah,
That could
both of them.
happen though. It could happen.
Yeah, both of
No
them are
doubt.
gunmen strikers. They are gunmen strikers for sure. Would Drogba had stayed at Chelsea if there were these ridiculous Saudi offers back then?
Yes, he would have, because if you remember back then, there was China that was doing these crazy offers. We ended up losing Oscar to a crazy offer from China. So there's always been that allure of money, where it be China, America also offers you big money if you're getting on in age. So I think Drogba was one of those players that where when he came and became a legend at our club, He
Irfan.
he
That's yeah.
wanted to be a part of that team, and when we won that Champions League, you could see it in his face, the way they celebrated that Champions League. It was like a journey, and that's the difference. When you're on a team that has that kind of journey, that wins titles along the way, and then you get to the main prize, it's a different feeling than taking some money and going to China or to America or to Saudi. You do that when you're 30 plus and you're towards the end and you've done everything you can in football. You won a Champions League, maybe a World Cup, couple league titles. Then you go there. So no, I don't think he
Facts,
would have.
bro. Facts, King. Speaking facts, bro. Speaking facts. And bro,
Kevin's
honestly
right
though,
with the Mourinho point as well. He respected Mourinho.
yeah, yeah,
Players
fact, facts,
Mourinho
facts,
respected
facts.
him.
Even when he went to Galatasaray, he came back to Chelsea.
Yeah,
And Drogba was older then. You know what I mean? Drogba was older then, bro. And for me, bro, Drogba is a player I respect. Eto is a player I respect. To me, I think, yeah, bro, Samuel Eto is one of the best African players that I've seen play.
yeah, yeah. For me, Samuel Eto'o is above Drogba in terms of African players because to go treble, that
Hmm.
was ridiculous. Two different leagues as well. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. He was on different smoke back then as well. Samuel Eto'o. Even when he
Hmm.
came to my club, he was still on smoke. I remember when
Hmm.
he did the old man celebration and things like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Well, he did like a season and a half for you guys, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm,
And that was towards the end of his career, and he was still banging goals.
exactly.
Did he score a hat trick? I think he scored a couple against Arsenal as well.
Mm. What do you think about this, King?
It's not the striker they need. It's a project signing, and for me, for Arsenal, it just seems like that they're resigned to the fact that they're going to be second again, ole at most. So if that's what they want, unless they add like a unreal winger and they get that Rodrigo, which I don't think will happen personally, because I think there'll be other clubs involved, and once other clubs get involved, I don't think Arsenal are that serious to be putting money down like that. I don't think they win big battles like
Mm.
that. But no, I don't think it's enough. I don't think they need a certified gunman. That's why people are looking at your career as an Osman. They're the certified gunmen that you need to get. Arsenal need to be the ones you put silly wages on Kai Havertz, on Jesus, on strikers that aren't strikers. Get yourself a striker. Get yourself one that works right now, not in a couple hours, a couple years.
All right, bro. Good night. Good night. Bless up.
And
Bless
like
up. Um, see y'all next stream. Yeah, for sure. For sure. For sure. Get your rest, bro. Get your rest. Get your rest.
yeah, that's
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I was just about to say that.
for real, for real.
It's sad, bro. This shit is sad.
Well, that's the thing. Once you have your fans hypnotized to buy the new merch, to go to the games, to be crying when the Champions League theme is on, to crying just to be back into the Champions League, not to win it, just to be back in it. Then
Hmm.
your fans are susceptible to anything, and they'll take the BS. And I think Arsenal fans, after 21 years of no title, um, years and years of being told top four is a trophy, years and years of being told, oh, this is a process, this is a project, this is the other. Oh, Arteta's going to take us to greatness. Arteta's going to do this. Arteta's going to do that.
But they ain't
That's
doing
when you
nothing.
get. That's when you get the
And
signing.
he hasn't done nothing.
5 years or nothing, pretty much. 5 years or nothing. In those 5 years, we've had new ownership. We've finished what 12th, then I think sixth, and now fourth. Won a European trophy in those 5 years, and rebuilt the whole squad and spent 1.5 billion plus.
Exactly.
And Arsenal are second again for 3 straight years. And Henri was right. There's part A of Arsenal, which was good, and then part B, which was just the same again and again. But you have Arteta fans, not Arsenal fans, Arteta fans slewing him after that. But when when it comes to these legends and guys that know football, they're talking real. And when they talk real, certain fans don't like it because they feel like Arteta's their king, their savior. He isn't. He's the
Nah,
guy
bro.
before the guy. Remember
He
that.
he don't know. He don't have a clue. To be honest, he doesn't have a clue,
He wasn't even a good player when he played, man. He was an Everton legend. He wasn't even good for Arsenal.
bro. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Next season, Arsenal will finish behind City and Liverpool. Facts, 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 facts. Because there's no progress there.
They could finish as low as fifth or even sixth, depending on what teams do.
And then the fan base, the top gunners, is going to have a meltdown. They're gonna
Yeah,
have a
they'll
meltdown.
go backward. They'll go backwards because they've gone backwards last season. If you actually look at the points that they had from the previous season to this season, it's disgusting. And if they buy a couple project players, which is Zubamendi and um Sesko, it's not just City and Liverpool that will be ahead of them. You're looking at the likes of Newcastle, what will they do? Chelsea, what will we do?
Mm,
And then even the likes of Aston Villa, they're in Europe now, so they'll potentially sign a couple pieces as well.
true.
And then you never know what United can do. If United actually get their act right, they're another team that they just have to focus on the league really. So you never know. Arsenal could finish
Exactly.
anywhere from fourth to seventh really if
Exactly.
they don't make the right moves.
Yeah, exactly. If Chelsea gets serious, I see them finishing above Arsenal. Chelsea will win the Premier League again before Arsenal and and trophies. Bro, listen, anything is possible at the moment, bro.
Yeah,
And anything is possible at the moment. So we just have to wait and see because listen, it's either you got it or you don't.
yeah,
It's either you got it or you don't. So, oh yes, people, by the way, next week Tuesday, I'll be on King Street.
yeah.
Sure. Check out for that, bro. I'll be on King's Live next week, and then he'll be on my channel. We're gonna be streaming vice versa. So if you haven't subscribed to King's channel yet, people, go ahead. The link to his channel is in the description. Subscribe to King's channel. He's on his way to 100 sub. So let's help King get to 100 sub. But yeah, man, listen. Yeah, listen, anything is possible right now. Chelsea's just a sleeping giant waiting to be awakened, to be honest. Sleeping giant that's ready to be awakened. And anything is possible.
Yeah.
Anything is possible at the moment. So I'm not I'm not downplaying nothing. Anything is possible, people.
I will say this: I see Newcastle winning the Premier League before Arsenal.
Yo, bro, if that happens, man. King, if that happens, mm-mm.
I'm serious. I'm serious. If they keep getting top four and being good with their PSL money and the players that they currently do have, Newcastle are going to be a problem if they're allowed to spend. If they get to the point where they can spend
Mm-hmm.
and their owners, it's gonna
Mm-hmm.
their team is already their starting 11's already good. You get
True.
them a decent right winger, maybe a couple centre back. If they get a Guehi, maybe a right winger like um not Mbembo because obviously he's probably gonna go United. But if let's say that
Mm,
deal falls through, get him in, then you're looking at a team that can go places. So
true.
Newcastle is going to be a team that's going to be there.
True. If we get Gyökeres and Vermo, Edison, Martinez, Cunha, the targets, and just focus on the league, I think we can get push the top five. Newcastle, Villa, Forest, Reds will have European. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Speaking of European football and all that, and league finish for us, right?
Yeah,
Thomas Frank to Spurs. What do you think about that?
that's a brilliant move that should have happened earlier in the. Um, I think he's a quality manager. I think it's a good step up for him. It's not too big of a step up. It's not like you're gonna go to a top four, top five club. So you're going to a club that has some expectations, but not a lot. And I think
Hmm.
his style of football will make them a lot harder to beat. And I think it will allow for their players not to get it as injured as they did in the past. So it won't be 3 point lane anymore. It'll probably be a little bit more difficult against them, especially for my team. When every we've lost more to Brentford than won, I think, under Thomas Frank's reign. So if he
Mm.
can put that kind of style with those players
Hmm.
and add a few
So
pieces, yeah,
yeah,
no problem.
so no more high line, mate. No more high line. The
No,
high line is gone.
no.
That's funny. That's
They'll have a
funny.
better season next season with Thomas Frank, no doubt,
Mm.
no doubt. And if they can keep their players fit, and I think he'll be able to with his style of football, yeah, yeah, there'll be a problem.
Let's
They
see if
need to
it.
back him though. They'll need to back him with some money.
Yeah, bro. But listen,
Not cheap out.
Tottenham. They don't like to spend money, so they don't.
Yeah, that's the problem. Daniel Levy's always been the problem with Spurs. It's never been the manager. It's been him.
Yeah, there will be any last minute signings this time, especially from bigger clubs. I don't know. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see because Club World Cup and all of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a weird one. It's going to be a two-part window. So some of the biggest signings, some of the big ones are probably going to happen in the second half of the Club World Cup. And maybe as well, you might even see the kind of phenomenon with the World Cup in Euros where you see a player shine in the Club World Cup and maybe get a move just because he shined in that tournament. So
Hmm.
you never know. A
Facts,
player might add to their value through that cup.
facts, facts. So, people, this is gonna be a short one because I have work, and I'm sorry for the late start, people. But just listen out, look out for us Tuesday on King's channel. We will be
Yeah,
back on King's channel. This is going to be a short one, and like I said, I'm sorry for the late start because I was on a very important phone call, a family issue to discuss. But I promise you, man, that you will see me Tuesday on King's Live. You'll see me on Alcavin's Live if he feels well. You'll see me live, but definitely next week Thursday, you'll see me. You'll see me live.
yeah.
Bless up, Lumen.
Can
Well,
I say one thing quickly?
yeah, Matata. Bless up, Matata. Yeah, for sure.
Thank you for having me on the live, and I'm gonna be on Aeon Sports in AN Sports in a bit at 7, discussing
Hmm.
NBA Finals Game 2. So
You
catch me
hear
there
that?
a little bit.
You hear that, folks? You hear that, folks? So go support the Mandem. All right, because the Mandem is doing great things.
Yeah.
All right, folks. This was like a brief stream because I have to go work for the Mandem. All
Mm.
right, later, folks. Um, we'll be there. Respect, respect. See ya. Yeah. Yeah, bro. Like I said, sorry for the